Okay, let's try this analytical geometry. Let's see if we can do it. Calculate the length of PR from P all the way to R. Well, it's just the distance formula. When I do the distance formula, I don't like to put the square root. I figure out what PR squared is. And what do? You subtract the x values, minus 2 minus 4. You square it. You go 3 minus 1. That's 3 plus 1 squared. This is going to be minus 6 squared is 36. That's 4 squared is 16. And 36 and 16 is 52. Now, if you take the square root of 52, your calculator will tell you it's 2 root 13 because it's 4 times 13 and the square root of 4 is 2. There's the first one done. Let's try the next one. The gradient of PR. Well, when I do this one, I better get a negative. And I've already done the work because I've got the change in x and the change in y. I just put the change in y over the change in x. I used the change in x and the change in y. I used it for the distance formula. You just use it for the gradient formula. Change in y over the change in x. 3 plus 1 is 4. Minus 2 minus 4 is minus 6. 4 over 6 is 2/3. But it's a negative 2/3. Last question's a little harder. Determine the equation of ST, the perpendicular bisector of PR. The perpendicular bisector of PR. Well, if it's a bisector, then this must be the midpoint. And if it's perpendicular, then the gradient of this line must be this turned upside down, which would be 3 over 2 and the opposite sign, because a perpendicular gradient has to multiply to equal minus 1. So we're going to need 3 over 2. Well, those are the two things you do. The gradient of ST must be 3 over 2 because PR is perpendicular to ST. But T is in the middle of P and R. It's a midpoint because they said it was a bisector. That means it's in the middle. So you go minus 2 plus 4 over 2, you get 1. 3 minus 1. 3 plus negative 1 divided by 2. Add the two y values, divide by 2, add the two x values and divide by 2, and we get the midpoint, which is 1 and 1. Well, now we've got everything. We've got a point, we've got a gradient. There's a special formula that says y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. You just put in y1 and x1, you put in the gradient, and there's your answer. 3/2 x minus 3/2, which you add 1 to minus 3/2, and you'll get minus 1/2. And there's the equation of ST. It's perpendicular, and it bisects these two PR. And there it is. All done.